「 Well, now how do you like it?
Oh, it's grand, only
Only what?
I've got the strangest feeling that...
Now listen, Jim. Mr. Turner told you that housekeeper was a little...
Not here. Oh, yes, no, it's not there. But I've got a feeling I've been in this place before. Everything looks familiar. Those windows and that door and the fireplace.
Now, how could you have been here before? This place is vacant.
Fam, can I get some love in the chat, please? It is episode 14, Frontier Multiverses expansion from MiHoYo Band's English Gamer. It is the first time I've ever actually read that title out loud successfully. So, there's a first time for everything. Woohoo! Alright, guys, we have an excellent show for you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Right.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to the show! Welcome to the show! Excited to have you all in here. Welcome to the Triumvirate Podcast. Super thrilled. We have an excellent lineup of topics for today. But without, as we always do, greetings, some intros, some hellos, if you will. So let's start out with the highest and flyest guy I know, Kai himself.
What's going on, guys? It's the highest, the flyest, the guyest, the Kaiest, Mr. High Fly Guy Kai himself. Let's have a good show.
All right, and next to him is the one, the only Mr. Killer.
Yo, as you know, it's killing slowly. What's good, guys? Hoping everything's gonna be alright tonight.
And last but not least, your hostess with the mostest. It is Silly_Willy TV, and once again, I am the have you all here. Yo, Dice, how are you?
What's up, Dice?
So yeah, lots of cool stuff, lots of topics this time around, so let's not waste any time and just jump right into it. First thing that we have up on the list is a new look at a Sonic game that's coming out. And Kai, why
So Sonic, if anybody doesn't know, was teasing a new game a couple of months ago called Sonic Frontiers, as we know is the official title now. Open world, what we're looking at is kind of a Breath of the Wildish style Sonic game that looks like it takes it back to a more traditional feel for Sonic. So it looks like, yes, while the gameplay is definitely going to be a total overhaul, like the feeling brings you back to those like Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 days, you know?
I mean, yeah, I could definitely see like the new that they're really trying to go for here. Like you were saying before, it does look like Sonic meets Breath of the Wild in a couple of ways. But I mean, to me, I really feel like I gotta see more of this. Like, I want to see what's gonna be the actual like tracks in this game, like we were talking before. Like, it's, I don't know. Like, all this looks fun and exciting, but like, what does it look like when everything's all cleaned up? Is it gonna have like dungeons? Is it gonna what's the point of everything that's going on here? Too, like, there's definitely that video clip of doing the puzzle mechanics, and it's like, what does that really get me? So I don't know. I just need more.
Yeah, it's oh, go ahead, Will. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I'm. This is a first look. I said this the other night that this lots of Breath of the Wild vibes, but that's not a bad thing because it's in a similar vein. That literally breathed new life into the Zelda series. A lot of people, I think, a lot of the fans need it. I'm curious as to how much of traditional Sonic elements will be brought into this and how that's going to look given this new format, but it looks good. And I need to see a lot more footage, but I'm in.
Yeah. I'm looking at this circle mechanic and some of these attacks are definitely not like Sonic style attacks. Like not from any particular game that I've seen. Like this whole like running like this spin kick thing that he's doing. You know, I've actually never seen that in a Sonic game. It actually looks really good. And one thing I will say about the game is like first and foremost is just the polish of it all. It just looks super dope. You know what I mean? So like,
especially when they brought it out to an open world format, like looking good.
Yeah, you know what I don't want to see in this game? I don't want to see a single human being. I don't. I'm really tired of seeing Sonic in the, you know, like the real world, quote unquote, and dealing with like the military and all this other crazy crap. It's like, yo, bro, give me some animals, give me some robots. You know what I mean? Leave Eggman as like kind of the outlier. You know what I mean? But other than Eggman, I don't want to see another human being. Like,
right, I feel that. I mean, as what little we can see of the enemy design right now, it doesn't really look like humans are going to be too much involved.
Yeah, it's they look like they look like enemies from Nier, to be honest with you. No, I really look at them.
Getting a lot of like kind of Nier is Nier is a very good way of putting it. I can't really describe anything else besides that kind of like Nier or Rival that movie.
Yeah, it's like kind of like they're just like bad. They're like monster looking monsters, you know? Like they don't really have any like standout like, you know, extremities or eyes. They just kind of look like, oh, we're goober gobbers from the planet Jib Jab.
You
What?
do not speak ill of Planet Jib Jab and the Goober Gobbers, okay? They are proud people.
Who are they?
I think only they're allowed to call themselves goober gobbers.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Okay, all right.
It's only cool if they say it.
They have to give you a special card to say it.
Hey, yo.
Is this how we started the show? Like, didn't we do this the last time? Except with we're not gonna speak about what
I have
happened.
no idea what you're talking about. Nah, never happened.
This podcast is reaching cancel levels of fun. Nah, but I mean, yeah, that's what they look like. They look like little, you know, little whatchamacallits, little doodad monsters. I don't know. How do you guys feel about like the what I'm now dubbing as the doodad monster design?
I mean, it's nothing inspiring. To be honest, I really don't care about the enemy types. Like, they're just there as fodder to me. Like, I'm really into like what part of this is going to be tracks. Like, I want to go fast. I want to be Sonic.
That's what I was saying too. I was like, okay, like the one thing I didn't see a lot of in this game for a Sonic game was freaking speed, man. Like I wanna see Sonic go fast, and yeah, he does run, right? But like nothing feels like that like blinding speed unless you're on like a rail or it seems like an automated section.
I mean, that could also be due to frame rate too.
No. Like he's significantly slower than what he once was, and it's kind of to be expected when they're going with this type of format, right? Like most traditional Sonic games run on like a single track format, or maybe like a dual lane. You know what I mean? So you might have like a high road and a low road, but they all go the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. But this is like, no, you can go anywhere you want, which means that you got to do a lot more looking around. And one thing I remember seeing from like the trailer, man, was so much fucking walking, man. Like Sonic was like a pedestrian. He was like a pedestrian out here, bro.
Yeah, but you gotta be fair. The dude was choosing to walk because you know most people not just gonna be walking around with Sonic. They're gonna be actually like running.
Yeah, but you're gonna be trying to do like a puzzle at like 90 miles an hour, and it's just not gonna work.
Well, that's different. You gotta walk for a puzzle. You're not out here gonna be trying to be like speed man. Like,
But that's what I'm saying.
A few things that I want to point out here. This is still a first look, right? Like this is not a this is still there's a lot of work in this game.
I think this is probably what the mostly finished product is gonna look like. Honestly, I don't see
I like enemy design, movement. You know what I mean? I don't see this being like too different.
The one thing that I will say about this, I think that there is probably something to be said about, you know, motion blur and like like if you go so fast, like graphically, like things will have to like reload in, and there's gonna be you know, all that kind of stuff. But the more and more that I look at these enemy types, the more I'm like, was the direction that the art team was given like go with generic but detailed generic? Like it's like it's not like it's just basic and bland, like there's just like, you know, you're fighting a box, but like you're fighting a detailed box.
Like, yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you, like especially after coming up.
I really have to say that if there's no, if the speed isn't there, but there's open world and the character design is detailed, generic, nothing to like write home about, but is like they clearly didn't just like throw something in there.
Doodad designs.
The doodad designs, yes. Then I gotta say the combat better be like super satisfying to play.
From what alright, so we've seen some, as far as the combat's concerned, we've seen some like pretty cool functionality. Like, so obviously most enemies in Sonic games before pretty much got hit in the same standard kind of way, which was you hit him, he rolls into a ball, and he like socks him in the face, and that's like the whole, you know.
And then they made the homing dash.
Yeah, the homing dash is pretty much as complex as that got in terms of like damaging abilities, and this is already going leagues above that. So obviously there's like a lot of love into the combat system. I can see it. They were trying to make it more problem solving, it felt like look at this is nice smooth. This is just about as good as what I would say freaking like Batman Arkham Knight or Spider-Man looks, because, you know, they're not doing much, they're just doing,
I wouldn't agree with that, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Batman, and I'm not going to go into this tirade, but Batman Arkham Knight and Spider-Man and adjacent style games really have some of the most bare bones combat that I've ever seen. The gadgets and shit, yeah, it's a little bit different, but the actual combat, like how you punch and kick people, yeah, it's pretty much combo, dodge, combo, dodge. That's about all you need.
I mean, yeah, if you're talking about it.
No, because I actually understand what Kai is getting at. I don't know if I'd quite phrase it like that, but what I will say is that I do see a similar thing in here, and it's less about like individual showy moves and much more about the flow of the combat continuing. So that like you're always kind of like constantly doing something, as opposed to like really sitting there thinking, oh, you know, dodge here and circle around 3 times, you know, like that kind of thing. It's more about the flow of it. The one thing I actually have to ask you guys as longtime Sonic players at this, do you think that this is going to go sort of a similar route of how Assassin's Creed kind of changed like things up in terms of combat and how things felt and flowed and all that kind of stuff?
I don't know. I don't think that's like a good comparison for this. Just because like Assassin's Creed essentially changed like button schematics. Like that was the big change on the open world. If you're talking about like how the first Assassin's Creed was like, you know, you see that thing, you can go to that thing type of deal. Then I mean, no, because
well, I guess I mean more of just like, do you like? Because I guess depending on the success of this, do you anticipate this sort of style of
being the new Sonic?
Yeah, like being what they can keep up with, or do you think?
I don't know. So that's really hard. Like considering like the open world games that are out right now. Like, you got to remember, Elden Ring is a game that came out this year. And if you want to talk open world games, like right now, people are considering it like the best game or the best open world game like made thus far. So it's like, what is this really gonna do besides change Sonic's basic formula? How does this affect the actual like overall open world formula itself?
Yeah. And also, never underestimate Sega's ability to fuck this up. Like they,
Yeah.
like this game could look great. You know what I mean? And be like, it could play well, it could be well received. They're like, it's the best Sonic game in 2 decades. And then they will come out with like Sonic the Machine Gun Killer, like, and ruin the entire franchise for everybody that's involved. And so, while to answer your question, Willie, yes, I do believe upon this being a success, which I expect it will be, this will become the format that they use for Sonic. Though I will add the caveat that I do not doubt their capacity to fuck this up.
I'm a spicy take here, but I think this is going to be a disappointing Sonic one. As good as all this look, I feel like the fans are going to be disappointed. Something's just saying it to me, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
So, okay, wait, I want you to define that. Disappointment as in, this is going to be a bad game?
No,
or...
I just feel like it's going to be disappointing. Like, so a disappointing game doesn't necessarily have to be a bad one. Like, I'm just going to say that maybe it's not going to be the success that we imagine it's going to be, nor have the popularity that people really want it to.
So
like,
another way of saying what you're saying, that once the allure of like the new mechanics and brought in, once that kind of has faded away, people kind of get tired of this.
Yeah.
Maybe. I lean kind of towards the opposite. I think Sonic fans are actually really open to change at this particular point in time. Like, there's been really a hit or miss smattering of Sonic games, which are none of which I would consider are like what anybody would consider their favorite. Like, yeah, I gotta go somebody, what's your favorite Sonic game? And they're gonna be like, oh, like Sonic Generations, or you know what I mean? Like, the last one you could probably say that with is what, Sonic Colors? You know what I mean? Like, is it...
No.
Fallout 76 level of disappointment? Hopefully not.
Nah, I doubt that, Dice, to be honest. Like, my version of disappointment for this is like people are hyped for it, they want to play it, they check it out, and it's just not exactly what they want. Like the first, like let's say they make a Sonic Frontiers 2, like that'll live up to what they want it to be versus like this game. I feel like this is just like a shot in the dark to see whether or not this formula works.
You think so? This looks curated, bro. This looks like they were like, this is going to be the Sonic game. We've seen shot in the dark Sonic games before. We have.
Maybe
Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Unleashed, where he turned into a werehog. You know what I mean? Sonic 06. Like, we have our.
But all of those, I do understand what you're saying though, because all of those were still in the old Sonic format, right? Where it was still high school.
Well, no.
It
was much more open. It was like a sandbox.
Yeah, Sonic's first venture from 2D to 3D was Sonic Adventure. Well, technically, if you don't count Sonic 3 Blast, which was ass, but like Sonic Adventure was his first true attempt into a fully 3D rendered environment, and it was received rather well. Like, people actually liked it a lot. And remember, it actually changed the dynamic of how Sonic was viewed. Like, that is literally called the Sonic Adventure Sonic. Like, that's where you get all the rock and metal and the rap music and the crazy like techno, and Sonic's got like, he's chatty as hell. Like, he's like really like, you know, saying a whole bunch of cool quips. He's edgy, you know what I mean? Like, this is Shadow the Hedgehog, you know what I mean? That whole era. So I say all that to say, the last time that we've seen a major change to Sonic, it was embraced because the idea of what Sonic represented, it was there, and I think that's all fans are looking to get. If you're telling me,
I just feel like open world. So I recently watched this video on like how open world in some cases is like a last ditch effort when you run out of ideas, and like I will definitely be willing to show you guys that video like at a later date. But I kind of got what they were talking about. Like, in this situation, with the games that have been out like recently, we're talking about. I'm just straight up comparing this to like open world esque games. Like you got your Genshin Impacts, you got your Elden Rings, you got your Horizon Zero Dawns. Like I'm excited for what this means for Sonic, but I still worry about like what type of format open world are they going to use. Like if it's still a generic open world game, just with Sonic splattered on it, like I think it's going to be a disappointment.
I mean, what do you want it to be? Like, what do you see as like being like ideal? I mean, because the game's in an open world format. I mean, Mario went to an open world format and did very well.
Like Mario's World also like really asked for it. If you really like looked at Mario,
so I take exception with the fact that it's a latched effort, but what I will say is that it can be that if the team that is making it doesn't properly make it open world fitting within the game already.
Yeah, you need shit to do, and it needs to be fun to do. That's ultimately what it comes down to. But I don't know, man. I for some odd reason, something in my bones. I'm just looking at the level of polish in the game. I'm looking at the types of enemies that you take down, the new spinning mechanic and the punching and kicking. I think people are gonna be pretty good with this. Like, and it's just Sonic, which this is something the fans have been begging for a long time. Like, I don't care about your colorful band of cute critters. You know what I mean? Oh, actually, let me get a perfect alliteration. A colorful cadre of cute critters. Okay, like. Just give me Sonic, make him run fast. I mean, if you need to throw in Tails, cool. But like, as far as everybody else, even Knuckles, I mean, I don't need you.
But, yeah. All right, I understand that.
Okay.
Is that clever?
Final thought, at least for me, but possibly segue over. Do y'all remember N64's Shadow of the Empire at the start?
Ooh. Roughly,
Not
yes.
that well.
There was a level in there where you played as Luke in the snow base thing where you had to take.
Spoiler warning.
What's up?
I said spoiler warning.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Anyway,
Continue.
So one of the ways that you took down the AT walkers was you took a tether and you wrapped it around their legs, and that caused them to fall over, and you had to fly between all of them successfully. And every single time I've seen this move where he does this whole like running around in a circle kind of thing, that is the only vibe I get from that.
Oh yeah, I get that completely. It's like, it's definitely taking down the AT-ATs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like.
Dice says, oh.
I know you spoiled Dice. Okay,
Yeah,
now
I have officially ruined the Star Wars movie for Dice.
Dice. I'm sorry, Dice. We didn't mean to ruin that for you. I apologize on behalf of Silly.
I don't apologize because I feel like if you haven't seen them at this point in time, then, especially for you of all people, I feel like
Malik, any final thoughts?
Yo, Don! Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by.
What's good?
How are you this week? They're talking Sonic.
Yep. But final thoughts for me, I am excited for what Sonic's future is next. I really want to see how well this game does. I want to see more info on it as it comes out. So I'm just gonna be safe, watching and waiting.
And my final thoughts are, I'm excited. Scale of 1 to 10, about a 7. It looks like it's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be a day one pickup for me. And I reserve all right to say this sucks later. So that's all. And welcome in, Donnigan. Still welcome in.
My final thoughts are
Your second final thoughts?
yeah. Are please refer to my first final thoughts.
Brain has no thoughts.
Brain has no more thoughts.
This is this is the final thoughts, the sequel.
All right. So, next up, we actually have something from the multiverse, but it is not to be MC. Actually, Warner Brothers, fighting game, if I'm not mistaken. And Malik, why don't you go ahead and take it away for us?
All right. So if you cool kids on the block haven't heard yet, Multiverses is going to be the new Smash replacement, apparently. Nah, but seriously, like, this game really does have a good chance at being, like, essentially the new Smash. You guys here have seen the gameplay, right?
Of course.
All right. I mean, to give it a brief explanation, it's essentially a bunch of WB Cartoon Network characters and such mixing
Characters in there, like
yeah, like anything that WB has owned recently, like you can
pretty much anything that's not Disney.
Yeah, actually, but it's actually looking really good, and, like, a really great game. My opinions on it so far is that I think it's going to be quite interesting. I'm really loving what this has done to the FGC personally, but yeah, that's just me. How about you guys? How you feeling about it?
Did I just see Ultra Instinct Shaggy?
Yes, you didn't know he was in this?
I knew Shaggy was in it, but I didn't know they actually did the meme of Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yes. You thought they was going to do a fighting game without Ultra Instinct Shaggy? No.
This is hilarious.
This is great.
It's my first thought. Go, Willie.
So my first thought is, this looks like it could be really wacky, but that's not a bad thing. I don't know. The first time, like, when we were first talking about, like, you know, this and watching the video, I hadn't even heard of this is a thing. So, is this their first one, or is this
first one?
Yeah, this is the first one coming out of WB.
Honestly, this could be a legitimate competitor to Super Smash, depending on how well it plays out, because there's, like, a lot of iconic characters in here, and, you know, I mean, people that love fighting games love being able to play as, you know, stuff from the shows that they've watched. And so, like, if all of the characters have, like, solid, you know, individual mechanics, their moves are good, everything feels right, this could legitimately be the start to a decent competition to,
Can we take a second to appreciate that Superman and the Iron Giant are in the same game?
right?
Yeah, you can see the Iron Giant.
I didn't look at this roster. I did not look at this roster. I've seen a bunch of the gameplay, but I never looked at the official roster to this. This shit looks sick. Key takeaways. Number one, this is the best that I think a lot of DCEU characters have looked ever. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good looking Batman. And a great
Clowns. What up, my guy?
Oh, Clown, did you change your name?
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't Clownsy before. It was I'm Clowns before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's poppin', baby? It's like turns out he's like, I'm Clowns at all. But I think one of the key takeaways for me is that like they did a really good job at making all these characters feel like they came from the same universe. So I mean, obviously you've got like Arya Stark, who's from a real live, you know, show with Bugs Bunny and Superman, and they all look like they could canonically be together without, you know. Can you pull up some gameplay too?
Yeah, I was about to say, is it
Is there
gameplay?
gameplay of it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man, dude,
Yeah.
a lot of people will be playing this over the week. The open what's out or alpha, whatever it is. I mean, can we also talk about the fact that this game's gonna be free to play? Like,
It's gonna, yeah.
like that's just
Was it
amazing.
Multiverse of Madness?
Not just multiverse.
No. That's the new Doctor Strange movie. Like
Yeah.
multiverse is like, so you put like versus another person, like multiverses.
Here we go.
But so it's the big focus on this one is that, yeah, you're right, Malik, that it's free to play. Number one, it's going to
so awesome. Actually, I gotta give them.
yeah, it's going to have a perk system that's pretty unique to fighting games, except for a few. They're actually going to dynamically change the way your character plays. and it's going to be primarily 2v2 gameplay as well. So there will be a 1v1 mode, but the mode that they're really pushing out to people is 2v2.
Yep. And I definitely understand that. Like, if you had watched any of the footage like over the week that came out for these characters, it's really like they're built for it. Like, there's a roaming meme going around right now. Batman, he doesn't kill, and not only like, you know, Batman doesn't kill in like comics, but like in this game, he doesn't kill either. Like, he can't really get people out, but he can stack up damage for like anything in this world, bro. So it's like, I agree, Batman will be a good character to have like on point, and then have someone like Shaggy, someone who gets characters out really easy, just come in and like clean up. I mean, they even have like support characters, like people whose function, his role is just to like give you back health, freeze other characters, maybe pull you back into the stage. Like, it's really dope.
Yeah. Also, there are techniques and moves that can only be used with like 2v2 format involved. So like if you're using your character on like a 1v1 style, you're actually gonna lose some access to some of their like key abilities. So I don't know now what those key abilities are for real. We're not really sure yet, but we do know that you are gonna lose some functionality if you're not playing 2v2.
I mean, and the difference in the perk system is pretty cool. Like, there's individual perks, like perks that directly affect your character, and like modifiers for like moves and such. And then there's like perks that help the both of you out that you can stack up between the two of you. And I think that's really cool. I mean, in a Smash-like game, that is pretty unique as far as like mechanics go.
And this right here let me know that they took it seriously. A training stage.
The second you see a training stage in a fighting game, you know that fighting game takes it very seriously.
Yeah, when you see those vectors on the ground, you know this shit is real. And then, you know, the animations look really great in this game. This is what really takes it over the edge for me from like, say, like the Nickelodeon All-Stars game. This game looks a lot better than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a more polished version, to be honest.
Not to derail from this, but what is the status of that? That like seen any love for support?
Not really. It's been chilling. I guess people were playing it, but it kind of died down as soon as it came because, like, when it was like crazy broken, I like was like some of my big arguments for that game, and then two, like the animations kind of sucked. So if you can have fundamentally good gameplay, but if your animations are like really bad, like to the point where it's like noticeable, a lot of people aren't going to buy into it too often.
Yep.
Like, plus, I think that this more of the Covenant. I just want to know why it took so long for a Smash competitor to come out. Hey man, there's always what's the name of that game?
That's what I really want to know.
PlayStation All Stars.
No, not PlayStation. Well, that would have been hilarious to say that. But I was thinking about that other one. It's like it's a free to play game. Most people have it on their PlayStation or computer.
Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla. There's always Brawlhalla. There we go.
I mean, they're like more like, you're not wrong. It's just that Smash had the game on the game on Smash for like ever, you know, and that's not you know, to have a fun. It's serious. Smash really had the best like format for that type of game, and like some of the most iconic characters. If PlayStation All Stars actually played well, it would have had a chance, but like it definitely did not. And I mean, yeah. Brawlhalla has its own community.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like Brawlhalla to me is probably like the closest one to Smash in that regard.
I gotta say, two really big things that are being taken away from my own sake, at least. This feels like inappropriately done, but not like inappropriately borrowed from Smash Brothers. And everything's looking really smooth and really clean, and the animations are there. And the fact that it's also free to play, I mean, there's a lot of things going for this game. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So I mean, but what do you think is going to be like the profit angle? You know what I mean?
Character skins, DLC.
Yeah, man. Characters. It seems like you have to buy characters.
Yeah.
And then And also, first of all, Mora, what's up? What's up, buddy? He said fair enough. Smash had everything locked up and down and all around. 100%. Yeah. It still does. I think even with this coming out, Smash is not like off the table as the best, one that's out. But it's not
iconic.
I mean, it's just old at this point. Not to say like it's old, but like if you really like look up how old Smash Ultimate is, like the game is pretty old at this point.
I mean, Super Smash Brothers was the first one, right? That one came out.
He's talking about just Smash.
Yeah,
just Ultimate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ultimate.
It's like 3 years old. I think maybe 4.
Let's check this out because I'm pretty sure I want to say like 4 years.
Yeah. Like I do like this though.
Yeah. It'll be 4 years in December.
What systems is this out on for? Is this for PC?
Yes, it's gonna be on PC and console.
I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna be the second that I have access.
Hell yeah. Also, is this gonna be on the Switch? Because that would be crazy.
That would be. Goddamn! Talk about a freaking upset competitor for Nintendo.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. You imagine how bad the lag would be on that.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, it's supposed to be using rollback, but I mean, we got 4 different connections using rollback at the same time. I don't think it's gonna be good either way.
All right, here's a question for you guys. Like, who do you think your mains are gonna be? I'm already looking at Garnet or Steven from Steven Universe.
Oh, I'm going with Bugs Bunny personally. I'm
Velma's
sorry, that's
pretty fierce on
I mean, I do love me some Velma. Not gonna lie.
Actually, I would say Bugs or Batman for me.
Velma gameplay is like super supportive. So is that little dog line thing.
I don't know. Yeah. If they actually have like a full on Ultra Instinct Shaggy, I might.
Shaggy kind of broke in this game.
Like it's Ultra Instinct. He should be like. All right. So have you guys ever seen like the original clip from that? Like where they got like.
I watched the movie the day it came out.
Oh my god, dude, that shit was funny. He's like you don't want to mess with me, man. And then like gains like Ultra. Can we just play? Can you play the Ultra Instinct Shaggy video? Turn the sound on. Yeah.
Definitely. So Clowns wants to be Tom and Jay. I don't know. So Dice Roadrunner could be in it. Like that could be a future character at least.
I'm sure.
Wile E. Coyote. Like you gotta have.
And he's got to be like a trap master. Oh my god.
For real.
Yeah, that's it. It's not too long, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
This can go 2 ways, punk. One,
Oh, the video's not
you
playing?
walk away.
Oh wait, never mind.
I walk on your face. Your choice.
What do you think about this? This is like the same fight scene in Scooby-Doo. Like, dude. The editing was amazing. Oh boy, you never seen this? Caught the trophy. flying old balls.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah. If you ever see Ultra Instinct Shaggy, bro, like it's like the meme is real, bro. It's an old meme, but it's
bet. Now I want to play Shaggy.
it's just fun, bro. But yeah, so yeah, if Ultra Instinct Shaggy is a thing, like definitely want to have Ultra Instinct Shaggy. But yeah, I mean, like, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool, man. I think that the roster is solid. Having the DCEU and the Cartoon Network characters available for this game actually did really like save it. Not to say I don't think like a couple of the other characters could have done it, but like this game minus like Batman, Superman, Steven Universe, you know what I mean? Like the Looney Tunes couldn't carry this for me.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Having characters like Iron Giant, Tom and Jerry, like I think that's a really good move. Scooby-Doo characters.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just wondering who else is going to be added to this game, because it's like there's a lot of people you can put in. Like, are you going to throw in Courage, the Cowardly Dog?
But
are
see,
we
like,
going to
that's
see
what
them
I'm saying. That's
bullying
where
Mandy?
all of the
Like,
profit for them is going to come in. Is
yeah.
They're giving you like just enough to like satisfy you, but then they're gonna be like, Courage, the Cowardly Dog, has like these amazing ass moves that you function. But guess what? You have to pay $20 for them.
I mean, shit. I'm okay with that as long as I get Dexter's mom at some point.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, bro. Okay, bro. Calm your thirst. Calm
Jesus
your
Christ.
thirst.
All right, so
Tell me I wouldn't pay for it. Tell me I wouldn't pay for it.
into jail real quick.
Yeah, but y'all won't deny that y'all wouldn't pay. Y'all not gonna sit here and admit y'all wouldn't pay for it, Joe.
I mean, if it's a character in the game, I'll probably get it.
Regardless of whether or not I would do it
but
in
I'm
reality,
for saying.
I would never admit to paying for it. No.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my god, I see how it is.
Like, listen, bro. I play League of Legends and Tekken, where the splash art, the splash art for some of those characters is TNA-licious. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Bruh.
Like, all right, but do you remember that from? Did you play Tekken Tag 2 at all, Malik? You did, right? Of course you did. Do you remember the splash art you could get for the characters that like were? You could tell the guy working it should have just gone straight to horny jail.
Yes, but that's what Tekken is for. Tekken has shit like that. I'm sorry.
It was like, but like there was like 4 different splash arts, and there was one that was like really cool. There was one that was done like an old school Japanese aesthetic, and then it was like, here's Mount Boobula.
I knew Tekken was about it when Tekken added volleyball to their game. All right.
Well, that was Dead or Alive. That was Dead or Alive.
No, didn't Tekken have it in it too?
Not like Dead or Alive had it. Like
Dead
I think
Alive, like, oh.
that
Yeah,
was.
now
Oh my!
I was thinking about Dead or Alive.
You're totally thinking about Dead or Alive. Yeah. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. I rented that game from Blockbuster. My mom was like, "Oh, what's this game about?"
And then I forgot. To
Did
bring
she
it back.
see? Did she even see what was in Dead or Alive?
It said
volleyball.
It said
I'll be honest with you,
volleyball.
My parents didn't, and then after when they did see it, they're like, "The fuck are you playing?" And it didn't. But I was playing it with my brother, and we both just looked over and be like, "It's volleyball. What do you want from us?"
Yeah, I ain't gonna stop. This is pretty great, actually.
Like, we understand the sport of volleyball, and these girls gotta be comfortable, and I need to buy her cakes so she can be happy. Okay? See, I want to see a woman happy. Isn't that what you want, Mom?
My God.
It's more than what Dad does for you.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. All right. In real now.
What the clown said? We'll caught in 4K.
Oh my god.
Deer in the headlights. Look right there.
Listen, man. I am no stranger, man. I shop at Thottery Barn.
Pottery bar.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I don't even want to know why that's a place.
All
Which
right,
is-
so final thoughts on this game, guys.
Multiverses. It'll get you.
It'll get ya.
It'll get you one way or another. I guess. Well, I guess Malik will be waiting for the Dexter's Mom DLC.
Dog, I bet you they have it. I bet you.
Well, speaking of DLC, to completely change the topic, because I feel like this is just gonna go nowhere fast.
I was going somewhere.
Speaking of DLC and plans and multiplayers that were gonna happen but are no longer gonna happen, there's some new information about Cyberpunk that has come out. And Malik, since you are the Cyberpunk aficionado,
Ooh, I now have a title. Level up. Nah. But being serious though, Cyberpunk, there's been a lot of news popping around for Cyberpunk lately. If anybody has seen it, they've been saying that Cyberpunk has decided to abandon. CDPR has decided to abandon Cyberpunk in some form or fashion. They're not completely wrong, but it's not necessarily right. DLC plans for the multiplayer portion of Cyberpunk have been essentially abandoned. So yes, they are abandoning it, but they're still going to be doing an expansion for the game. This was all caught up with inside their most recent earnings call that happened about last week. If you go to the website, there's a few updates on there that you can go and check out. But personally, I feel like this is good news. They're really dedicated to at least putting out the next expansion for the game and updating a lot of the systems that are already existing in it. Maybe we'll finally see something closer to what we actually imagined when the game released. You know?
Yeah. From what I saw from the video, I remember they said they were making changes. The melee combat was a big thing for them. AI was getting updated. You had obviously more story missions, and I'm happy for the community that's going to be able to play this game kind of as it was imagined. Yeah. And I might get it. I might pick it up just to say I did. You know.
I mean, if you gotta take my word for it, I think this game is spectacular. I really enjoyed it for what it was. Also,
I don't take your picks and games seriously. You go to bat for some kooky shit, man.
I enjoy games. Okay, that doesn't mean all of them gotta be gems. This one, I think, is a gem. I
think this one can be a gem, but...
I mean, I don't know. I was really into it, and plus, I remember I bought this game when it first came out. A lot of the hatred came from how buggy this game was, and I couldn't be mad at people because my experience was absolutely fine, but apparently everybody else's was terrible. So it's just I guess I have less words here.
If I may, I'm gonna bring into the perspective of somebody that came in recently after 1.5 came out and say that I would say that after this next update, the majority of the people should feel comfortable, coming back in. That's not to say that with the 1.5 can't, but it's not a bug-free experience. Let there be no confusion about that. It is
no
not
game bug-free.
No, but this is Bethesda Elder Scrolls level of bugs. It's sometimes and in with that though, if you go into the game with that understanding and the understanding that this is a freaking huge game with a lot of details here and there, and I mean a lot of details. The world actually does. Grant you, I have the pedestrian settings all jacked up all the way just to see what it's like, and it's running well enough for me, and the world does feel lived in, which is good, but there are definitely some ridiculous bugs that I have run into, some of which have broken the game, and I've had to restart, but I still had fun with it because I have played Elder Scrolls games before, so as long as you save frequently enough, and you don't save only on one file, you'll probably be fine. If bugs really kill a game for you, then yeah, I don't know if this is going to really change any of that, but I would say that there is too much for of this game. Like, not even from CD Projekt Red, not even to benefit them, but like there is enough fun moments and minor details and moments where you'll literally, I've just stood still in the center of the city and just kind of watched all the stuff going around, just because honestly it was kind of that cool to watch. And so to that end, if any of what you're seeing here or like have heard about is intriguing, don't let a buggy gameplay hold you back from what is otherwise a potentially very rewarding gaming.
Oh, yeah. Well, now also a potentially not buggy game because of all these changes that are going on. So I mean
hopefully.
Yeah. Well, they did the thing with the performance mode and the non-performance mode, so you'll be able to have one that's 60 frames per second, one that's 30 with a higher resolution, which I thought was smart. But sadly for Xbox players, they're not going to have that option. It's going to be like, yeah, an Xbox, you're just going to be able to play on 1440p, 30 frames per second. I think it's going to be your maximum output. But, you know, there's a win for Team PlayStation right there, guys. You guys have options for both.
I mean, or just get it on PC.
I was gonna say, like, or just go with the PC version of it.
Because I mean, if you get it on PC,
for those that have to choose, okay, or for those that have to have a singular console,
if
just letting you know what's out there in the world.
Xbox.
If you can choose and get the PC version, get the PC version and start exploring the modding scene, because the mods for this game are absolutely incredible, like hands down.
Okay, let's put the master race flags down for a second. We get it.
Okay. Actually, let me actually contest that for a hot second. The modding scene in this game is solid, but there was like I think I have maybe 7 mods total. One of them, like a few of them are texture mods, and you know, that kind of help with like, you know, clipping and stuff. I downloaded the first-person mod and the third-person mod, and you know, I think there's like some weapons mods and stuff, and you know, end game wise, yeah, I mean, there's, you know, that will be that to galore, but like, I would say honestly, some of the biggest ones are there's probably like maybe 10 really worthwhile ones. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's not to say like mods don't have to make or break a game. It's just like
there's like 10 solid mods. I mean, one adds the train back into the game.
That is one of the ones that I would definitely recommend.
That's an amazing mod. Yeah. Especially like, and then one fixes the whole like car cop chase thing, like NPCs that actually chase you in cars and shit. You know,
yeah.
There's like, there's some pretty like solid changes. Even if it's only like 10 big mods that's really doing it, you really don't need much more than that.
Well, like I said, yeah. I mean, it's not to say that like its mods are the most important thing, or that, you know, just because there's 10 doesn't mean that there's 10 not, you know, solid ones. But the other thing though is, and I'm glad that you brought up the train mod, because now that I'm thinking about that, I can't help. What?
I just want them to put it back in the game, just like.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, why are we having a conversation about you having to cancel multiplayer on this game when y'all don't even have a train for a train system and rail you built? Like,
this is engine problems. Like we already know that they're switching over from what is the CD Projekt engine? What was that drum called?
It's Unreal Engine 5, right?
The engine. Yeah, they're switching to Unreal Engine 5, but their engine is called something else. I forget. It was an in-house engine.
The stupid engine. There we go.
So obviously they're just giving up on their in-house engine and switching over to the Unreal Engine 5 now. So, man.
I guess my overall point is, if they're looking to address major things, I didn't even think that multiplayer was on the table, and quite frankly, that's something that, in terms of what I would want out of this game, grant you, I haven't played it as long as you have, so maybe this would be a bigger priority for somebody that's played it for much longer, but, no? Okay, yeah, so that's my thing, is that, like, I kind of don't really, like, yeah, it might be cool, and I'd check it out, but this is kind of like a single player. Like I kind of want, like, this is my world. This is my world to screw around in and to destroy and whatever. And like, I don't know, I'm happy enough with that. Like, just like make the world lived in, and to that end, like, don't worry about multiplayer. Worry about putting back in the train system, or you know, doing more stuff with like cars or apartments. I don't know, just like stuff that adds to the immersive quality of life. And the reason why I say that is beyond just being an immersive fanboy. There's already enough detail in this game and stuff to it that makes it immersive. So just lean into that.
Yeah, and you know, just think about it from the days you were back as a kid when you were sitting in your house and you had the "No Girls Allowed" sign that was on your door, and you just had you and your imagination to go about it.
I love that you imagine I had a door.
Were you that? It's like, is that thing when you were poor? I don't understand.
No, my grandparents were just savage. You don't get no privacy. You stay house, they get privacy.
I'm now imagining like you having a door when you first lived with them, and then they're just being like, "Nah, fuck that," and then just like literally ripping off the door from the.
No, one of my older siblings lost the door privileges before I got there. So,
oh my
yeah,
God.
Door.
I just didn't get it.
Door privileges. That is a first for me.
That's some Harry Potter shit, bro.
I was raised by old people, bro. Like, what y'all think?
I mean, I have grandparents too, and even then, they kept their doors on their house.
Yeah, I ain't never have nobody, take the hinges off my doors and then just take the door with them, and put it away, talk about
now
we got damn doors in this house.
I got
be real with you. I thought it was normal until I went to other people's houses. And
no, it's not normal.
I was just like, damn.
Now I have. It was normal.
Now I have this thought in my head of like little Malik just like playing around the door. He's just like, wee, open, shut, and then like his grandpa just comes with like fire in his eyes. He's like, you playing with that door, boy? You playing with that door, boy? Give me that door.
Just taking the door.
But I like it. It does things. It protects me from the cold.
Not today, though.
Y'all haven't heard of this? You had friends whose parents deemed they didn't get privacy and took the door off. That's a problem,
Dice
bro.
know what I'm talking about. Dice know exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you.
That's a problem, bro.
My grandpa was from the South. All right?
Don't put that on Southerners.
Yeah,
from the South.
I was gonna say I lived in the South for a while, and that's not something that Southerners do.
That's the only thing I could think of, bro. I was like, my grandpa is black and from the South. Yeah, doors probably are a privilege.
No, your grandparents just didn't respect anybody's privacy. Is what it sounds
like. Stop trying to put the stigma on black Southern people here. Like they just out here doing this.
Like.
Look, see, Dice said she was allowed to lock the bedroom door. Blame the Southern.
Yeah, but you weren't allowed to lock it. Malik wasn't allowed to have it. Like Malik did not have a door.
That's what Dice. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I wasn't. If I ever locked it, that's when I'd get shit and flack for it.
So what's the point of having a door if you can't even lock it?
Well, that's why I did it anyway. But I still got shit for it. But I don't think either of my parents would they would have been like, nah, that's too much work.
Okay, all right, you do stuff, especially as a young boy. You're doing stuff in your room. You probably
those types of stuff. That stuff is hard to do.
But come on, bro, y'all did that every day for 40 years.
No pun intended.
You know what I mean? Y'all did that every day for 40 years. Let me get my little stuff off. Damn.
Oh my God. Let me get my no. Never mind.
Bruh, girls wasn't even allowed up the steps. Hey, man.
All right. There's a difference if you're trying not to allow girls and stuff up there. But if it's just me, man, come on, bro. You know what I'm playing? I'm playing the one hand dance. Leave me alone. Am I hurting you? Yeah,
well,
apparently, because the door, anybody's able to watch you. Just come and do what you doing in there, boy?
Well, my grandma with the sleep late and woke up dumb early.
Open up for you.
Yeah.
But chat, I do have to say that I think when we start out talking about Cyberpunk and end up talking about grandparents and parents who remove door frames, you know that. So given what we know, what we've talked about, final thoughts and hype level for upcoming future updates from Cyberpunk. I want to take it away.
I would just like to say that
emotional damage.
that's for Malik's door. My final thoughts as far as the game is concerned. 8. I'm a solid 8 because this actually is like, okay, it's fixed now. I can go play it without any like being inhibited by anything. I'm down for that.
Yeah, if I have to give my final thoughts on it, I hope the expansion goes well, and that CDPR doesn't drop Cyberpunk. Like, I hope that it actually becomes a successful series.
Yeah.
And my final thoughts are, lock your doors and barricade your windows. No, I am super, yeah, I mean, as somebody that's just still going through my first playthrough, I am, okay, that waitress, yeah, no, as somebody doing the first playthrough, I'm pumped for it. I'm hoping that only more and more, like, fleshing out comes from it, and more of a solid product, and I guess what their initial, goals and hopes in the game were. Because I'm having a good time, and more people. The other thing is that the more people that do play it and are interested in it, the more likely we are to have, more fleshed out mods that fix what what CD Projekt Red can't or won't.
Nice. Before we go on, I dropped a little thing in our private Discord talk. Just talking about how I feel anytime that Kill 'Em Slowly introduces me to a game, and if you could load that up for the fans.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Sorry, it's now try talk.
Okay. Let's.
It's short. Let's
load this up for the.
I'm gonna do a shake my head.
When bruh makes you download a horrible game, okay? Does it need sound?
Yes, it definitely needs sound.
You see the slander effect? You see the slander.
I don't know what that was.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, bro, there's an update.
Oh my god, there's another update.
While we wait, you should get us a game.
Okay, yeah, I'll play another game. What's it called?
Floober Doober.
You said Floober Doober?
Bro, this game is incredible.
I don't know, man. It sounds like a kid's game. It sounds kind of weird.
It's mad fun. Best part, it's free.
Okay, if you think it's a good game,
it's amazing.
I'll get it. Here we go. Let's run a match on Floober Doober. Here we go.
Bro, this is one of the best games I've ever played.
Okay, bro. So first thing, why does my avatar look like a broccoli person? Why does yours look like a cupcake girl?
Bro, those are just the skins.
Okay.
Okay. Bro, but the gameplay is fire.
All right, what's up, squad? What's up, Lego Star Wars Kid 69 420 and Judy Neutron got a dumper?
Hello? Hey, what's up?
How old are you guys?
I'm 7. Old enough to fuck your mom. Here we go. Let's drop in.
Bro, this is a kid's game. It's horrible.
It's not a kid's game.
Bro, I'm trying to load in, but I can't pick anything up.
Shut the fuck up, bro. How fun is this game?
Bro, I'm glitching out, bro.
Shut up. Bro, this is the best game ever. Did I mention it's free?
Yeah, but just because it's free doesn't make it a good game, bro.
Yeah, but it's free. Shut the fuck up, you old ass bitch. Bro.
You could just wait for the update.
Bro, did I mention it's free?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, bro, there's an update.
Oh my god, there's not an update.
While we wait, you should get this game.
Okay, yeah, I'll play another game. What's it called?
Floober Doober.
Concerning a new free game. but I have to come to Malik's aid on this one and be like, you also may just be an old man and die in gaming.
Hey man, go pay your taxes.
Hey man, listen, I'll be playing games. You know what I mean?
I'm out here playing games. Don't you say otherwise.
I should be talking about the games that I be playing. I'll be out here playing. Games.
Well, you know what? Speaking of old men and whatnot, ZZZ, otherwise known as something.
Zone Zero.
Yeah, Zenless Zone Zero.
Yes. There is a rebranding effort. Zenless Zone here. There we go. I had to find it. Rebranding of it. Kai, you're the one that brought this in. Why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so we're talking about basically the new Hoyoverse game, Zenless Zone Zero. That Hoyoverse is originally called MiHoYo, and the game that they're known for the most is Genshin Impact, ladies and gentlemen. So long story short, this is pretty much futuristic, future punk Genshin Impact. It looks pretty good aesthetically. There's not too much as far as like a lot of core gameplay on it yet, but from what we do know, it will follow kind of similar trends as the Genshin Impact, but they said that there'll be a lot more content like up front. How do you guys feel as far as, I know you guys weren't big Genshin fans, but does the idea of it coming now to a more futuristic setting with a more edgier approach sound enthralling to you? Are you enthralled?
I don't know, man. You know, I'm used to leave here for anime games, and I gave Genshin Impact a gold college try. I just don't know. This looks like that. Can we ever remember what the name of that game was?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, there. I mean, nice
There we
gameplay
go.
trailer. But I don't know. It gives me that feel of what is the name of that game? Oh,
Are you talking about the one I was playing?
yeah.
You're talking about Scarlet Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus. Yeah, it gives me that type of feel when it comes down to like the way the game looks. At the very least, I just really wonder how it's gonna play and like what's the general story gonna be like. And is this gonna be like a one-off? Like, is this like gonna be a real start to finish game, or is it gonna be like Genshin Impact? You know, a lot of little questions.
Yeah, I do believe that this is going to
Thank
be.
God they've got the jiggle physics. That's the
Oh yeah, I was a little worried at first. Man, but you know, because Genshin Impact jiggle physics were like they were there, but you know what I mean. They weren't really like present. They were like
this is full on. This is like jiggle set to 11.
So you know what I mean. You need that. Look, even the little dude is jiggly. Look at him, man. Yeah, yo. What is up with, you know? I feel like we've talked about enough dirty stuff today.
I just want to be the bear. That's all.
Yeah, I do like the fact that there's a giant bear in it. And I could see if this is going down the way of like Genshin Impact, I could say me playing this and then playing with Malik and then him irritating me because he just wants to play the animal, and then I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it should be free.
Is this gonna be free?
It should be. It should be. But here's the problem I have
That's
is that
the only
like
way that Malik would force anybody else into playing it. If it was free.
no, I'm gonna play it and I'm like, hey Malik, you should play this game. I'm like, and then he's gonna wait like 5 months because he always does this. He's gonna wait like 5 months before he actually plays it, and I'm gonna be all leveled up, and he's gonna be like, all right, now I want to play like this, and I'm like, hey Malik, you should try playing this way, and he's like, screw you, man, I just want to do what I want to do.
That
Then we-
sounds like Malik's game playing style.
Yeah, then we lose and die a bunch of times, and then I just gotta sit there and pick up the pieces. Like, and then he's like, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, man, you better let me play the way I want to play. This game doesn't do fuck this game.
This is boring. Yeah, believe me.
My first, final, and really only thoughts on this are Uwu Boobies and
Bear.
Bear followed up by this looks
Oh, there's
like,
a Wolfman too.
This looks like if Genshin and Jet Set, like the city art, like artistically style, had a baby, and the fact that it includes like, you know, this style like weaponry, I'm for. That said, if it is anything like Genshin's play model, I probably won't pick it up.
And that's always funny to me because I think Genshin has a really, like, you take away the anime aesthetic of that game, Genshin has a really fun play model. I think a lot of people don't give it credit for how like fast paced.
You know what? Never mind. I take that back. If I get to play as that cat girl, and that's a move that I always get to.
Anyway, yes, Genshin Impact does deserve its respect. It's a solid game at the end of the day. Like, and that's just being totally honest about it. Just because I'm not into it doesn't mean I wouldn't recommend it to others.
Yeah, but if you think if they took the Genshin Impact style, removed the gotcha elements from the game, and just kind of had it as a straight up game, Malik, I think you would probably play it.
Yes.
No, actually, I'll give it up. There's actually, if it actually plays and looks this smooth and has a good flow to it and doesn't make me like, I mean, if it's free to play and follows the Genshin model, so be it. You know, I'll give it a chance. Why not? I don't need to be a stuffy curmudgeon, but
yeah, come jiggle with me.
But that's the thing, is that you know, I want it to be known why I'm you know, no, I just yeah, like if it is paid for though, then and it tries to pull any like DLC or like, you know, you have to have energy to like go do a quest nonsense, I'm gonna be real mad.
Energy.
Yeah, when I'm looking at Zenless Zone Zero, I get it. It's just gonna be futuristic Genshin. But I'm really hoping that like they should make just a model of this where it's just not the gacha model. Like, I think that's what everybody wants, and I think they're afraid to give it to people because then they're gonna be like, oh, nobody's gonna want to play Genshin anymore if we do that. And remember, Genshin was actually their second like big game that they had, because they had Honkai Impact was the first one, which basically was like strictly on mobile, and it was pretty much Genshin for mobile, even though there was a Genshin on mobile. But you guys get my drift.
It's like that one specifically for mobile.
Yeah, and they do numbers. Like, their community, man, they do not get tired of seeing little anime girls swing swords.
No. Why do you think so many games like that exist?
I was gonna say, I feel like this can't be news to you. This can't come as
I mean, come on now. The three of us like anime waifus who swing swords, so
But Genshin is the only one I can think of that has this level of success.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Like, because anytime we bring out like it's the cat girl that gets you.
It's the cat girl, and specifically that one move that they just keep on like showing off of hers. I'm just like I'm trying not to be judgmental, but like, good lord.
Is it the little twitch of the tail?
It's the twitch. The twitch is the little butt swag at the end is really bringing it full circle. Two big circles.
I don't even know why we try not to get canceled anymore.
I'm just responding to what I'm seeing on screen, man. This is like, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like it, then don't. A suggested cat girl in front of me.
Dice said it best a while ago. She is learning things about us that she doesn't think she wanted to know. And listen. You know, the honeymoon phase is over, guys. You know what I mean? We are here. Our socks are on the floor. Clothes are all over the place, and this is in the sink. This is, you know, take us or leave us. All right.
Hey, yo.
I'm a little afraid to give them that option of which one they're gonna go.
I have a question for you guys. Why do you think MiHoYo is going through the whole rebranding thing? Like, why now are they the MiHoYo verse? You think their like game repertoire is just like they're trying to, you know, match their label for what they have?
Because probably recognize how the vast majority of gamers at large trying to make not have it be Genshin Impact. Not to shit on Genshin Impact. I mean, it's not to say that the game's not a huge success, but like,
I said the game made $1 billion in a year.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's nothing to do with the success of it, but like, in terms of like, how do we even pull in more people now? It's, let's not go with what Genshin Impact is. Let's go with, you know, a more urban kind of sort, like that kind of thing.
I mean, I have an idea. How do you feel?
I feel more so that it's just about they're probably going to try to start branching these together pretty soon. You know what I mean? Like looking for more crossover stuff, and I think they just kind of aesthetically wanted something that felt like it encompassed everything. So instead of just having the MiHoYo, they just wanted Hoyo verse, and obviously the tradition of not tradition, but the new style of everything being a verse, I think has a lot to do with it as well. Just like
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like a lot of the metaverse conversations that's been going around has really been a big influence on MiHoYo recently, especially when people are talking about how the next which next MMO or MMO like game is going to be the next what is that called, metaverse. Like, you got like Fortnite being dangerously close with having like their concerts and their special events and how they do things.
Willie, the video paused. I want to see the jigglies.
Hey yo, but
Being
yeah,
honest, chat.
I think that we are going to see a lot of different things coming out of MiHoYo from this point forward. Maybe they're going to start really experimenting with their genres and such.
Or they'll just keep milking this fucking cow, man.
One thing I'm unclear about is how is this a rebranding? If this isn't this a new game?
It's a new game.
No, the rebranding is in the name. Like
The name Hoyoverse. It used to be called MiHoYo before.
Oh, so what? Now it's called the Zenless.
No. So the company that makes the game used to be called MiHoYo. That was the name of the company. Now their name is Hoyoverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were saying before.
Like, that's such an obvious play into the current naming models and just like god damn it. That's not even trying. That's just like, just put MiHoYo in front of verse, and they'll be like us, it's whatever.
It works out. I just hope they don't like copy paste the same story from whatchamacallit onto here.
That would just be extremely noticeable and horrible.
So any final thoughts on
You think they could get away with something like that if they had if they had enough jiggle?
I mean, with enough jiggle, you can get away with a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't even understand why the adult games industry isn't like more profitable than it is. You know,
It's becoming, actually.
Yeah, cause I mean, come on, dude, it's video games and adult-based content. Like, what's
Because you can't market it, you can't advertise it.
Yeah,
for sure. Remember the hot coffee mod for GTA not Vice City, San Andreas?
Oh,
yes.
And, how people were like, people bought PCs for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they wanted to see it.
Never
It's
underestimate the incentive of a horny bastard.
right? Yeah. But I don't know, man. Final thoughts for me is just I think this is gonna be pretty dope. I'm looking forward to this game coming out. I'm really looking forward to what MiHoYo is gonna be doing next, or Hoyoverse.
Yeah. Maho said. Yeah. I'm free. Looks like it might be polished out enough. I mean, if it is free, I don't know.
we should actually do a multi-stream of this, on release day. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's Genshin, it is. I think we'll have to go through the first couple of parts separately as we do the tutorial and stuff and character creation. But then I think after that, I think it's just fair game.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. We'd possibly do a first look when it comes out in redacted.
Do it for the Julius!
Oh man! But speaking of redacted, actually, what a fun segue into that's actually never mind. I was gonna go with the French thing, but I wanted to start off with actually the guy that's retiring and retired by redacting
He got redacted.
from the gaming industry.
Wow, my man had to be redacted.
No, but a legendary game developer, producer, guy behind. He was one of the main minds behind. Which one was it?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. That's right. Mr. Shinji Hashimoto. He has just retired after 20-something years, 30 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, as the Kingdom Hearts fans in here, you guys have any words of thoughts on such a legacy retiring?
Yeah, I mean, go. Okay, shout out to him. You know what I mean, for making it and being the. So for a little bit of context, this is the guy who like apparently elevator pitched Kingdom Hearts. Like so he was in the elevator with like a Disney executive, and the Disney executive was like, hey, how's it going, Shinji? And he's like, hey man, I was just thinking the other day, like, what if we took your Disney characters and my Final Fantasy characters and we made a video game out of it? And the guy was like, what? That sounds amazing. Tell me more. And the elevator pitched it in the elevator. And
Just to be clear, this is a fictional recreation of the events that happened in the elevator.
This is exactly what happened. Then they were like, hey, you want to...
Triumvirate was able to obtain access to elevator security footage and watch the entire thing.
Yeah, and then right after that, Jay-Z and Solange got onto the elevator, and
I'm sorry. I still say Beyonce was like, do it. Go ahead. Hit him. Because I'm too famous to hit him. It'll mess up my image, but you famous enough to be able to hit him where it won't do nothing for you. And he had to sit there and take it. Like, babe, for real? No, don't babe for real me. Like, no. You know what you did.
Hey, and in both situations, we came out with a hit.
Oh.
If you in this chat right now listening to this, go rewatch that. Just I'm on YouTube real fast and rewatch Jay-Z getting slapped.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I mean, sayonara, Shinji. You know what I mean? You had a good run. I'm not entirely sure what I know he didn't have much of a like design contribution to it all, but I'm sure with people like that, they're always the people that like shake the hands and kiss the babies, and really get things moving as they need to go. So I'm sure the big thing is going to be at Square is like they're going to look for another doer. You know what I mean? In order to like put this person on this project and move this initiative forward. And it's always nice to have those guys.
Yeah. I mean, I really just got to agree with a lot of what Kai said. Like, I'm just thankful for this man and the service that he's done for this company, and like being like one of the very few people, well, not very few people, but being one of the few people that touched some of my favorite games from Square Enix or Squaresoft, depending on what you want to call me. But yeah, man, I appreciate my guy. Sayonara, Shinji.
And as somebody that is clearly the biggest diehard, countless genuine follower of this guy's work, congratulations on an illustrious. I hope that your retirement just is meaningful in whatever way it can possibly be, whether that's chilling out or doing more stuff. I don't know how you. Thank you for contributing positively to the gaming world, and sayonara, Shinji.
For the fans listening, pleasure. Will, would you like to do a little game with me? Less of a game, more of a.
I'm a little scared about how this started out and what it might mean for things, but okay. What is...
Would you like to play a game? No, no. I just want you to try to, as in detail as you can, try to tell me what the plot of Kingdom Hearts is like.
See, you think this is gonna be a challenge, but you remember I had to sit for like 5 days editing the freaking podcast in which I heard the damn plot about 10,000 freaking times.
We know a lot about the plot.
Dude has to go save the universe from Disney shitting all over PlayStation's multiverses, and he uses a Keyblade to travel between the two of them. There's darkness. There's Goofy, which Kai hates, but Malik loves, and the third the story of it is spoiler. Is
These are wonderful spoilers.
the story apparently sucks. Or no, is great right up until 3. 3 sucked because they tried to jam-pack a whole bunch of crap in, but like right at the very end, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And now 4 is either going to like settle everything or just continue the suck fest, but in a new way. That's what we're waiting on right now.
I'll say that was like 60% accuracy.
Hey, at least it wasn't an F.
You like ignored 2 games completely, but you know what? It's fun.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's the darkness. There's things that you have to attack. I don't know.
That was one of the facts that you.
There's a lot of darkness.
I both know it, and but I don't know it enough to recite it. I just know that I could
honestly
mouth the words that you said in the fucking show.
Honestly, that was better than I was giving you credit for.
There you go. That's what several editing hours looks like.
That's enough. The only thing you gotta know is that the game is fun to play. That's it. I don't think the story really matters at some point.
And apparently now Sora is protagonist character status.
Yeah, he's got his Final Fantasy protagonist status.
He's finally a Final Fantasy protagonist. Actually, yes. I think after all 3 games, he is finally an FF protagonist. After everything he's been through.
These are your words, Malik, not mine.
Yeah, I can see myself saying that. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
Yes, so,
Bye,
Sayonara, Shinji. Pleasure doing business with you. Actually, so let me ask you this though. Based on because we had actually sort of talked about this, although it didn't make it into that part of the vid, of like, you know, old heads, if you will, you know, being stuck within the gaming industry, specifically, you know, like very largely within Nintendo, but like, so this is sort of, I mean, this isn't the first, but like, this is a major departure of a video game industry member, you know, a high profile one, had a lot of influence and, you know, a lot of, well, you know, did a lot for the community, you know, the industry. What do you think, like, I know that you guys kind of talked about this briefly a little bit, but what do you think this means going forward for somebody that would take his, you know, footsteps, or, you know, take up the slacks, or like, you know, just like a transition from older, you know, original designers to the, you know, to us now, I guess. Well,
so this is really like a lot of back office stuff, right? So this is, you know, your sales reps. This is your guys who work with other companies. I don't honestly, as far as like what we're physically able to see, I don't think it'll mean a lot, or at least a lot that we would notice, right? Like, because of the fact that, you know, we won't know what opportunities could have been had or what deals could have been broken had he been around to do those things. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll probably be different, but I don't think we would be any of the wiser. We're not going to be like, oh, if Shinji was here, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. That's not. But I was more of getting at like, you know, I he worked for Square Enix.
Yeah, he
Right.
was a producer on
So,
like,
but so like
super games.
with that in mind, like I mean, this is a bit of a leadership change. Is or is it not? Is it not even that?
He's not like a guy that's like in charge of creating the games that we know and love. He's like I said, he's a handshake kind of guy. He's like, you know, get this person with that person, get that person with this person. You know, fucking you put chocolate on my peanut butter, you put peanut butter on my chocolate. He's that guy.
Essentially, he helps make the game happen. He doesn't create the game, but he helps make it happen.
Yeah, he's like a project manager. No, not even.
And essentially, like,
But
guys,
don't
right?
you- but,
like,
but in
we're
that
not
in that sort of line of work, wouldn't that also entail that like it was potentially up to him at certain point in time to like to be like to fight either for the developers that wanted to do newer, more interesting and crazy, not crazier in terms of just like that, things that they haven't tried before. Like you don't think that he had any?
I mean, so here's what I could put into context for him, just knowing the kind of job that he has. Like, he might have been the guy that like introduced like Tetsuya Nomura. You know what I mean? Like the big guy. Like, it's like, hey, this is like a great guy to know. You know? So yeah, I think that, like I said, his impact will be probably felt internally. But as far as what we're able to see, like it's gonna be hard to pinpoint like the specific thing that he was like, known for. You know what I mean? Like, Final Fantasy 16 is still gonna come out. It's gonna be whatever game it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna look at it if it's a bad game. That we're gonna look at now that Shinji is gone, or like he's that guy that changed that. You know?
I mean, yeah, I would have to say that a lot of Final Fantasy has already crossed over into the new generation. Speaking of like FF16, like that's being championed by the dude who saved Final Fantasy 14. You know, he's a part of the newer. People of Square Enix. You know, he's like a part of the newer generation. Like, people are talking about like the dude who's now the current director of Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, someone who's working under Nomura. Now Nomura's just the creative director instead of the actual director over the game. You know, like, so I gotta agree with Kai. Like, we're not gonna notice. Like, internally, sure, there's gonna be some shaking around, but like we're not gonna see that. We're already focused on the next generation of people coming out for Square. You know.
And who knows? Maybe new blood means that there are more trees to shake. Getting these young people in here, man, they get out here. Like, because what I'm thinking of a guy like this is like, okay, cool. He probably did like a lot of handshake deals in terms of, like meeting people like one-on-one. I'm sure like whoever takes his place is going to be a lot younger, and they're going to like, be more in tune with stuff like social media. And just having an online presence and being able to reach out to people. We might start seeing, Japanese TikToks and memes and stuff kind of make their way more into the Final Fantasy world. I think that a big thing with Final Fantasy is kind of like very self-contained, because a lot of the directors of that time are older and they don't really feel the need to like step out of their comfort zone or step out of their shell, Yeah. So you look at like stuff like Nintendo with Miyamoto and the creator of Super Smash Brothers. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Or Iwata, or any of those people that are out there, like Masahiro Sakurai, yeah. But like they don't really have to respond to anybody. They're just out here, you know what I mean, doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and like it shows in their games. It's not to say that they're bad, but it's like they are out of touch with like what the community at large really wants. You know what I mean?
Like you said, that's because they're older. You know, they still are like knowing to get what games used to be, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but times change.
So yeah, a lot more of that, a lot more, probably a lot more like look to seeing more inclusivity, and gender identifications and things of that nature.
I don't think Smash had to really, not Smash. I don't think Final Fantasy really has had to worry about that, given they have a lot of trap characters. So, yeah.
Yes, but I think it's gonna be more like pronounced. As anything gets more into the social media era, it becomes more PC by nature.
I guess.
Or at the very least, but speaking of word sensitivity,
Yeah.
we are actually on, I believe, right, which is France is feeling real uptight about their favorite country, and is banning English gamer slang in favor of more wordy French terms. So basically, if you're a streamer, it's instead of like calling you like an esports streamer or like anything like that, you're now basically called a word I'm not going to begin to try to pronounce because I don't actually want. But it truly translates into direct live player. Other things such as the video of the competition, the video game of competition, basically translates to competitive video game.
Hold on. Let me give this a shot. The word streamer is now jeu émetteur en direct. There we go. Nailed it.
I just watched you murder a language. That's wonderful.
Y'all just witnessed murder on stream. He all of a sudden get kicked. It's excuse me, says Dice.
Hey,
oh man.
Nailed it.
But here's the best part. So you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, how do you ban words like that from chat rooms and unless you go full on China and have teams of people censoring things left and right, then I mean, how do you enforce that? Well, here's the kick. So it's actually only binding for government workers.
That's such a weird clause. I don't understand it at all.
Oh my god, definitely. What is this?
The author of the article would like to point out, said, considering many French people still use terms like email instead of the government-mandated courriel, it seems unlikely that anybody's gonna follow this.
Because they just look at it and go like, what is this? I'm not doing this. Like, no. Like...
Why is France trying to be the great value version of everything?
I know, I gotta say, of all of the things to take away from this, my favorite probably has to be that France is getting all uptight about words like that being used in any sort of official capacity.
It's just like they're trying to preserve the language. What are you talking about? People still speak French.
Yeah,
it's France. What are you? What?
Oh man.
Is this revenge for Freedom Prize?
Well, so yes, partially. So this is a very brief thing, but it says a part of France's ongoing effort to preserve the purity of the language.
I'm sorry, it sounds so racist.
It sounds incredibly bad. There is no part of this sounds good.
I'm sorry.
The government is banning a slew of anglicized gamer slang in favor of French alternatives. The Ministry of Culture cited a barrier to understanding for non-gamers as a reason behind swapping the loan words in favor of more traditional French words.
Who's getting confused by this? Are we just talking the old people out there? Did somebody reach out to their congressman?
100%. 100%. There was a campaign sponsored by grandmothers and grandfathers of France. where they just like petition the government, like, we don't understand what is an e-gamer. It sounds like you just don't know how to spell gamer and you put an e at the end beginning of it.
Fucked up thoughts. I was just like, man, no one cares about whether you understand. You're old.
Yeah, no, thank you, clowns, for pointing out Ministry of Culture, right?
Yes, yes.
Who are you? Who asks for the Ministry of Culture? No one asks for your creation.
This is the second time I've had to mention Harry Potter today.
Yo, I'm
Nice brings up a
saying,
good
bro.
point of, I'm sorry, wasn't there a whole world war over a European country dictating its citizens for pure money?
That's why I said it sounds so racist. Like,
Yo, France is revving up, man. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. This is the ultimate
France-
payback for freedom prize.
France rejects your...
could you imagine World War III being over language?
Yes, actually. Yes, actually. That happens every day on Twitter.
Yeah.
You mean the entire plot of Metal Gear Solid 5?
Is France gonna be the bad guy now? I mean, France... You know what? I really got
Good luck.
Never mind.
France, good luck to that.
I am not gonna say yay or nay on that, but what I will say is that to be completely fair in all of this, it's not exact. No, I don't think there's any one country that is a good or a bad guy in the grand scheme of things. There's only just.
Listen, the good guys, the winners, and we've been on the winning side, so we're the good guys.
Have we though?
Yeah, I mean, we've been on the winning side mostly.
In what?
That's not necessarily true. That's not.
We were on the
when
winning
was
side
the
in
la-
World
what
War
was the
One,
last
correct?
thing we won exactly?
We were on the winning side in World War II, correct?
Okay.
That was the last. That was the last time.
That's the last
We,
time.
we
I can-
essentially won the Iraq War, kind
No,
of.
we did not.
Not really.
Not even remotely. Not even
That was
remotely. We
Alright, let's
we
say that
lost
was a
that
draw.
as badly as we lost Vietnam, but okay.
All right,
moving on.
we'll say it was a draw. Vietnam also draw.
No, not at all. Not even-
The Civil War, we won that joint. You know, I mean, it was against ourselves, but draw.
No, everybody
You
lost
really
in
wanna
that
get
one,
down.
and technically that one hasn't even ended.
No, that was a draw. Look, so we 3-0 right now. 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, 3-0. 0.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel like you're
fucking
glossing
whoa.
over like lots of other very important things and just picking
We won
up
the
on,
French
like,
and Indian War. There we go. That's 4 W's.
That's older than
I mean,
the.
we lost the Revolutionary War. I mean, we won the Revolutionary. We won the
Yeah,
Revolutionary.
that was like that was the most significant L we've taken, and we've never let anybody forget about it. Like ever.
We low key won the Cold War. There we go.
Like,
That's 5
no.
W's.
That wasn't a war.
First of
Yes,
all, that
it
wasn't
was.
a war. Secondly,
Yes, it was.
Secondly, it still hasn't ended. Much like
Dog, how you gonna tell me I learned this in American history?
Yeah, but American
we
history
got
is full
5
of
dubs,
lies.
3 draws.
It's not even a lie. That's not even a thing that they're lying about. It was never like it wasn't a war. Like, what are you
Dog,
talking
what
about?
happened to your nationalism, dog?
Well, first of all,
5 W's,
we
3
haven't
draws,
been
no
in, we
loss.
haven't been in an actual war since World War II. Everything else have just been conflict. No been for any formal declaration of war.
Alright, if we only count those wars, then yeah, we still up 2 dubs, no losses.
Yeah, well, the losses is the American public's, money and deficit, and
We're not asking about that. We asked, did America win? Would we the last one standing? Yes.
American
No,
history.
what do you? There's never been a point when like we've knocked off another country.
I am so
Yeah.
curious as to what your end game in trying to fight this is. Do you want a grenade to like?
This is where we leave the grenade.
Do you want a grenade and a hill to stand on, buddy? Because like you are like trying to defend this so hard.
Because it's my nationalism, man. I love this country, America. All
But
day.
nationalism isn't necessarily a good thing.
That's
Why
not
are-
even true.
Why are you promoting it?
It's not true. Yes, it is. Joe. What do you mean? I
Patriotism
champion
is a
for
good
America out
thing.
here.
Nationalism isn't.
Here's another fervent example of
All
when
right,
he's using
so-
words he doesn't understand.
So, all right. We have
What you
once
talking
again
about?
started out talking about racism and in internationally, and ended with
Racism internationally.
America got dubs.
And
That's all we
with-
need to
and
do.
ended
America
with
got all the dubs.
Oh my god.
I hear it.
Dice, just don't quote it in front of Malik. That's the big thing.
Shit.
Cause he picks these odd ass moves to Kyle. No one told him to do this. There was no point to it, but he just decided, like, because he used the word wrong, and he was gonna defend it and die on his hill for whatever particular reason.
Goddamn right.
Doesn't know shit about wars. Couldn't even tell you. You know what I mean? Like he had to guess at which wars were going on here.
All I'm hearing is America got dubs. Yeah, exactly. That's one more thing. America got dubs. That's all.
Okay, Kona, the only thing I'm addicted to is winning. I mean, yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
clouds, right on my side. All we got is dubs.
All right. Well, at least
I changed the name of our topic to.
it is
That's how you gonna treat me, like Dirty Dan out here? I'm just deciding to double down.
Yes.
Here we go.
That's
yeah.
We decided to double down on being a dummy. That's funny.
Well, I dim a don't give a dim a damn, alright?
Good job, Malik. Where How do you do this? I don't understand.
I'm done. Dim a don't. I'm
Found
sorry.
his hill to die on. Sayonara.
Anyway, shout out to the French. You know what I mean? You know,
Shout out to
That-
inclusivity and
The purity of the
international
French
good
language.
times, and to the Tri-Fam made up of our international friends. And with that in mind, I believe that is where we should just wrap it up.
yeah.
So, thank you to Dice for prompting Malik to go off on that, but also
Yeah,
for
thanks, guys.
for being here and being your normal high energy combatic self. Mora, thank you for stopping by, and Dawn as well. We thank you guys so much for being here, and Clowns. It was fantastic to see you again. You all have been such lovely chat people in here, having a good time with us, a good show. Do we have any raid requests?
Just yo, thank you, my fellow nationalists, for joining me tonight.
Can we
I'm gonna
not? Can we just mute him, please?
I have officially muted him now on that one. He needs to shut the fuck up right now.
I will not be silenced. Long live America.
I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect Malik in like 30 seconds or less.
Bye.
Holy
We gotta make a private room. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Alright,
Jesus.
so,
Do you see this?
actually, you know, I know exactly who we're gonna raid out to. We are going to raid out to, although not because of him, because after then, all of this, he doesn't deserve shit, but, we are going to be raiding out to, somebody that we actually haven't had a chance to do ever before, but somebody that all is near hearts, Petro, and she's actually playing some Genshin Impact.
Dog, she on a
Hey,
19-hour streak right now.
Well,
I'm
then
sorry, 20 hours.
let's go and give her that final 4-hour push.
Hey, yo.
Guys, once again, thank you all so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get some outros going. Kai, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Hello. Goodbye. Have a good night.
All right, Malik doesn't get one, and he actually just going to be deafened. And I'm going to go ahead and say that is kill him slowly.
You know, I also have server power here too. Join me next week, my fellow comrades.
Oh my god! Why comrades? What? Why are you like trying to make it so we can never export a fucking VOD to YouTube? We were doing so goddamn well, and then you had to fucking soil it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am silly_Willy TV, and before we say anything that straight up gets us banned, like for real, I'm gonna go ahead and start this raid away. Guys, if you are tuning in and have not hit that follow button, we would greatly appreciate it. We do takeovers. We have the pod here every single Friday night at 9. We have our YouTube channel up and going. The Discord link is now in the chat. Love it all so much if you us and be part of the Tri-Fam. And to that end, please be sure to show Etro some of that Tri-Fam love when we do go raid her. Stay tuned for Sunday takeovers with Kai, and then some more Yakuza this coming Tuesday. We hope that you can join us for any one of those shows. Until then, have a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. To all of our international friends, we love you a whole lot. And, yeah, show Etro that love. Bye!
Viva la France!
Take it easy! Oh my god! Malik, I'm actually gonna kill you. I'm saying this while we're still on the stream and vibes, so that people know what went down and why.